welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another reading, and I want to just tune in to the main energy that I'm feeling right now and have been feeling over the past 4 or 5 days actually, and read from there, because there is this huge shift that's happening. And I think that some of you may be picking up on this. This is not something that everyone is going to be picking up on that strongly at this point in time, but there is this specific group of people that you will feel this, and it's really centered around the heart and the throat chakra and the root actually. It's so it may feel kind of all encompassing. So what I'm mainly feeling is that there is a lot of kind of heartache. There's a lot of shatterness and sadness. It's like the heart shattering almost. And there's also truths being revealed, kind of, that can be hard to, in a sense, swallow. They can be hard to digest. They may lead to further heartbreak, but in the end, all of these truths that are coming out, it leads to alignment, is for the better. It is for the better. And so it's just kind of like a stage of getting through the energy I'm feeling, and then it's almost like the new world is going to be opening in front of this group of people. So let's start pulling some cards there and see what we get. When I pulled up the deck, Thunder came out in the reverse. That is kind of interesting. I'm not going to speak about that yet. Let's see what comes out. Yeah, there is something here that it's like, you may have this feeling, or you may have this, you know, something, but it's almost like you don't want to speak of it yet, because you just want to see what comes to you. It's almost like you just want to see what reveals to you, what type of manifestations are going to be revealed to you first. I'm hearing that for some of you, it's like you just want to make sure that you're not crazy. It's like you have some guidance, but you're like, oh, this is like, it's kind of out there. It's kind of something that I haven't seen before, so I better just make sure here. So let's see. Any cards? Okay. Underneath the deck was Standstill. So maybe a time of, oh, interesting. The Crow. And then 2 other cards, Water and the Witness. So with this, I definitely feel these 2 cards connected. Wow, and then Thunder was behind Standstill again, this time in the upright. That's what I was feeling. I feel like for this group of people actually that I'm reading for in this, it's like you've been on the path of going your own way. That's what I've been feeling with the Thunder. To me, this is the path of breaking away from the matrix. You know, it's kind of the path of going to the left, you know, going the left-handed path, going into the dark. Breaking away from kind of like the old man, you know, the old God, the old authorities, and heading down the path of becoming an authority yourself. You know, there is a lot of deep testing on that path. That's what I've been feeling. There has been a lot of tests, of integrity. And I'm actually hearing that there are many people that tried this path, but actually a lot of them fell. It's like they failed. So they had to return back to the matrix. That's what I'm getting. But that sounds so harsh. I don't know what this is. I feel like this is something that we're doing collectively. It's almost like this is something that we're doing collectively. I'm hearing it's the masculine energies that are collectively doing this, and it's part of the evolution of humanity. I'm actually hearing it's part of the second coming. So this has been coming through for me quite a lot over the past couple of years, that we're moving into a time where it's almost like that Christ consciousness is gonna return to earth, which I associate with the throat chakra. It's the blue light. It's that energy of seeing truth, seeing through it all. You just see straight to the core of things. You see the shadow, you see the light. You're not fooled anymore by the glossy surface and the fakeness. To me, that is really Christ consciousness. And so I've been getting that type of consciousness is gonna return to earth. But at this time, it's not going to be like one person holding it. It's going to be in the hundreds. And so that's what I feel is kind of like the second coming. And it's part, I feel now, of this like masculine awakening, that it's almost like we collectively have been trying to make this happen, but it didn't work out. It was like a failed mission. But now there is this second chance. That's what I'm getting. There is this second chance brewing is actually what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing in the witch's pot. So I do feel like the dark feminine, the crow, that's where she fits in. The crone as well is a part of this. She is almost like the testing agent, I feel. The dark feminine energy, this crone energy, is the testing agent. She's the one that tests the masculine to see if his spine is straight or slithering like a snake. That's what I'm hearing. So she is gonna, if you hold a lot of masculine energy within you, this is probably gonna be a time of a lot of tests coming to you. And actually what I'm getting is that is why this guidance is here. This feels like guidance. It's better for you to stand still right now, because that means that you're gonna receive these tests internally. They're gonna come through you. They're gonna come to you like through your emotional body. That's what I'm feeling, and you're gonna be able to witness them from within yourself. But if you're on the move, like if you're on the hunt, is also what I'm hearing. Behind this thunder was the drum card. A lot of the times I feel like this is associated with war for me. It's like the war drums. If you're on the hunt, then you're likely to manifest these tests. You're likely to manifest dark feminine energies in your reality that are gonna be testing you and wanting to break you down and see how pure you are. That's what I'm getting. And so we may also see this collectively. This is a theme I think that has been brewing for quite some time, that now is the time when a lot of like big men that have not been willing to be still, they have been kind of addicted to the light and wanting to have attention, and which is very normal in today's day and age. So it's not like I'm judging any of this, but I'm trying just to like point out the patterns. But I feel like people that have been very extroverted and maybe less willing to take time to sit still and build their inner witness, these people are now going to be faced with these tests that are coming from this energy of the dark feminine. This is the one that she wasn't taken seriously. She wasn't given what she needed. She wasn't really respected. It's like she was just trash. That is the energy of the dark feminine. It's someone that you didn't see the whole of me. You weren't really the authority that you claimed to be. And so now I'm going to take you down, because now the fall is here. And the fall is kind of like the time when the authority falls. And I'm not talking about like the seasonal changes really. I'm talking about kind of like bigger changes. Is more like, it feels like we're going into the fall, and the fall may last for years, and then winter will come for years. You know what I mean? It's like the energy these energies are bigger. And so the dark feminine comes out, you know, the witches come out when the fall comes. And they're gonna make themselves known, and their task is really to break down the people that they refuse to sit still. That's what I'm getting. They wanted to be seen too badly. And so now they're going to be seen. It's like now their shadow is going to be seen as well. And so the advice I'm getting right here, it's like, if you feel guided to be still, it's probably going to be very, very beneficial for you. And I feel like you're going to be able to go through these testing on a more private level. It's like you're going to be able to purify yourself and clear up this karma by yourself. And you won't have to waste years doing it in the public eye. That's what I'm getting. Because again, like I said, this is collective. So these are patterns that we all have them within us. We all carry them within us. We all have this old witch that wants to break down the authorities that didn't treat us right. But that at the same time, we likely all have this corrupted authority within us that just wants what it wants and doesn't really care about all the little lives, you know, because it's like we feel so poor. We feel like, it's not up to me. I'm poor, poor me. Why should I care? And so it's almost like we carry these imprints within ourselves, right? Within our body. But if we're not taking ownership of it, we get trapped in these karmic cycles collectively. That's what I'm feeling. But if we do take ownership of it and become aware, then we walk our own way. We can walk away from this falling of the collective, them going into fall and winter, and we can actually start to move into spring. That is what I'm getting for some of you. This is a specific group of people. It's rare, is what I'm hearing. So let's see if we can get some more cards here. Also, there is something here, because now when I was doing this, I was hearing the crone, the dark feminine, saying, she was like, well explained. And she was kind of being pleased. She was pleased. I felt like she was pleased with me explaining this. And so there may also be something like that for some of you, especially if you have a lot of feminine energy within you, that you sharing these insights of the dark feminine, and maybe in a softer way, like to kind of to bring light or to share light with other people. This may be beneficial. This may actually mean that this dark feminine energy is gonna be, it's like she has to follow you. That's what I'm feeling. It's like you become her light and she will follow your lead. And so it's almost like I'm seeing that she can become something that you, in a sense, ride on. She can take you into these very dark places and she will give you information, but because you are the authority that she always craved, because you give her value, because you understand her dark and wild feelings without judging her for it. If you have that type of kind of like space within you, I feel like she is just like, I'm hearing your best friend, like a best friend crow energy. I'm also hearing that this is something it's also like the raven spirit I'm getting. The crow, the raven spirit. It's almost like the crow can transform into the raven spirit when she's taken seriously, because then she becomes less. It's almost like she rises. She becomes like a real asset. The pearl here as well. But the poor man will not have access to this asset. That's what I'm getting. And so the man that will not, the man, you know, I'm saying that because I'm talking about these archetypes now, these energies that, like I said, we all have them within us. But it's almost like when we play out the energy of the poor man, we feel like it doesn't matter what I do, you know, because I'm just such a small player. It's like, then we're kind of trapped in this victim mentality. And again, there's no judgment on this. I've experienced that so much in my life, so I know how it is. Like, I know how it is. And I'm not judging it if you feel stuck in that. What I'm getting though is that rising from that space and starting to actually take more responsibility, and instead of being like, no, I can't do that, it's like saying, but this I can do. I'm gonna stand up for this. This is important for me. Like, I don't care how much it's gonna cost me energetically. This I'm gonna stand up for. That's what I'm getting. That's what's kind of taking us out of the poor man and towards that place of the enlightened masculine. And that's when we will start to have this crow energy, this dark feminine energy within ourselves that actually gives us good guidance. She's actually on our team instead of trying to break us down. That's what I'm getting. So the card that did come out was the 8 of coins, and underneath the deck, the 9 of coins, and the world, and the page of coins here. So a lot of, again, the potential for manifestation right now is so great. And that is why it's so important, I feel, to be aware. Like, to be aware with the standstill and the witness, to be aware of what your feelings are telling you is what I'm getting. It's almost like your feelings are going to manifest now. What you feel is going to become your reality. And so deciphering what your actual feelings mean, again, this is part of the feminine. It's almost like to not be a poor man, to not be a poor masculine. We have to build the light to be able to understand the wild feminine, because she can be light or dark, depending on, you know, how good of an authority we are. It's like we can make our life light and dark, depending on our light, how much we understand. That's what I'm getting. So with the world and the 9 of Pentacles here, and the 8 of Pentacles coming out, it's like, don't be afraid of practicing something over and over right now. Don't be afraid of sharpening your skills, is also what I'm hearing. I'm feeling patience is going to be really paying off. It's almost like it's going to make you big. And again, with the 8 of coins there, I definitely feel step away from the collective, like work on your stuff, step away from the collective if this reading resonates for you. Don't waste your time on looking for highs is also what I'm getting, but I don't even feel like this is at all for these people. Like, if you're in this group, you're way past that point. So let's see, anything else? There is this feeling here though of dissatisfaction, and I feel like it's related to the crow energy. It's kind of related also to kind of I feel like the guidance that you're receiving somehow, maybe even the guidance that's coming through in this reading, but I feel like it's some kind of theme that we're working with. So let's see, what is this about? Oh, okay, Hanged Man underneath the deck. So there is this dissatisfaction maybe with the standstill. It's related to, you know, in the past era, like the most powerful masculine energy was that energy of kind of like virility, the ability to spread your seeds, to kind of shoot your shot, right? To move things from within you to outside of you. It's kind of the energy of ejaculating, you know, it's like, woo, yay, big, happy ending kind of energy. That's what I'm getting, but that's more of like the baseline masculine energy. What we're building now is not that. It's different. And so I feel like this dissatisfaction might be centered around that, the feeling blocked from the ability to like express or ejaculate or make things real, or it's like being in this limbo. That's what I'm getting, but it's for a reason. So let's see here. The cards that did come out was the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Cups. It's definitely about building yourself right now. As a masculine energy, you're not meant to have success right now. We're not in that cycle. It's like the masculine energy is collectively is immature right now, and so we're not meant to have that type of success that we might be dreaming of inside of our mind. We're not meant to, how can I put it? Again, it's like the Ace of Wands. We're not meant to play out that old version of the masculine, the glorified dick, the big man, the one that everyone is just like gagging to receive from. It's like that type of societal structure. I'm hearing it's aging badly. It's aging badly because it's like we're moving into a new time where people are not meant to die to receive your seeds. Like they're not meant to be dying to receive your seeds, because that means that they are so far away from their own light. It's like everyone is meant to be connected to their own light, and so we're not meant to be so we're not meant to be fans anymore. It's like we're not meant to have these celebrities, these big celebrities anymore. That's what I'm feeling, because people are gonna be more intertwined with their own power, with their own kind of work, their own purpose, what they're here to do, and so they're gonna feel much more fulfilled in that. And so that's something that I feel that we're going through right now within the masculine, particularly that there's a lot of focus around learning how to just be content with yourself, like by yourself. It's really building a lot of strength. And I do feel that the feminine energy, actually, particularly this darker feminine energy, can actually help you with that, because I feel like actually, weirdly enough, the feminine energy is actually further ahead in this ability to stand by herself. I'm hearing the mature feminine energy is further ahead. Yeah, there's something here also with the World and the Nine of Pentacles that is like learning to build our own world. That's what I'm getting. So let's just do one final card to wrap this up. I don't want to make it too long. Final advice here. That is good. King of Coins. I'm hearing, don't worry, like your success is gonna reach you, but I'm also hearing, but you need a woman, or it's like you need the feminine energy. I'm actually feeling that right now we're in a process where it's actually the masculine that needs the feminine. So that can mean many different things on many different layers and levels of our being. But I'm feeling the masculine is the one that needs the feminine, because that is what's going to help him to elevate himself from being poor. It's the guidance of the dark feminine. But it's also, I feel like, the love and the creativity of kind of like the divine feminine. To me, the World oftentimes speaks of the divine feminine. It's that creative flow, that kind of, it's kind of like love making, because it's the last card in the tarot. And so it moves into the Fool. It moves into the new beginning. So it's that very creative and juicy flow where you're just in the moment, just like so grateful, really enjoying yourself. That's, I feel like, the divine feminine, that type of energy. And then the dark feminine is the one that is so freaking strong. You know, she's been through it all. She's been ignored and stepped on for thousands of years, you know, but she's still alive. Like, that is that type of force. And so I feel like the masculine, us as individuals, those are the energies that we really need right now to build our power. And I'm actually hearing, very straightforward, it's not about your dick right now. Like, it's not about your dick self. It's about the world. It's about the world. So I think I'm just gonna end with that. That was coming from the crowd, by the way, the dark feminine. So she's waving goodbye. Take care.